Well, I'm on my way to my girlfriend's and I just pulled over real quick to check my transmission fluid because my shifting is really notchy and I kind of hear like a rattling noise when I accelerate, almost like an axle, but it sounds more central in the car like it's coming from the transmission. So now I'm actually thinking it's something to do with the clutch because that would explain the notchiness and the rattle. Could be the throw-out bearings going. As far as I know, this clutch may actually have almost 200,000 miles on it, because otherwise it was replaced before 96,000 miles, and that seems unlikely for a front-wheel drive, so hopefully the noise doesn't get worse. Hey folks, figured I might as well vlog this real quick. Out here with the girlfriend and the dog in Richmond, Vermont. There's the GIF. And there's some cool little rock formations here, people set up. Yeah, it's really nice out here. Probably can't hear me over the river, but man, my girlfriend's dog is so cute. Athena! Yeah. Yo, check this out. This is crazy. They must have wrapped this barbed wire around the trees when they were young, and it grows through it and looks like it's coming out of tree branches. Like, that's nutso. That's crazy.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Face full of ferns. Back at the old Walmart, just returning the battery for the core deposit. That's how they get you right there, an extra $12.72. If anybody's been hemming and hawing over a ratchet set, I actually really love my Stanley set. For 50 bucks, this is a pretty good one. I don't care about this extra crap, but the sockets and the ratchets are good. This one doesn't come with the wrenches though. I got one for 50 bucks with wrenches. So, other best deal is waiting on Sears Cobalt. They have good ones that go on sale for 100 around the holidays. Man, if you do Subaru axles, you gotta have one of these things. This little 3/16 here would probably be perfect to punch out those roll pins in the axles. Such a pain without them, but $6.50, I'll probably skip it for now. Make do with my broken drill bits. Yo, one thing I'm not an expert at is car washing. Like, I know how to do it properly so you don't scratch the car and so that it looks good, but I don't know anything about products because I usually don't have cars nice enough to wash properly. So if any of y'all have recommendations on good cleaning products, like for the price, I don't want to spend $20 on a little spray bottle of some crap, you know, something like the Turtle Wax or the Rain-X. You know, you just need soap. It's a car. You need soap. But anyway, if you have advice on what the right stuff to get is, wash it and wax. I won't do one of those 2-in-1. You know what I mean? I use shampoo and conditioner, not a 2-in-1, because I'm a real man. Ha. Yeah, so advice on products. Help a guy out. Things I'm really here for today are these wheel chocks that I totally forgot last time. And these are actually about as cheap as you can get them as far as I can tell. And then, here we go, they hit it on me. Like I said, I actually prefer the rust release from WD-40, but more expensive, and they don't sell it at Walmart as far as I can tell. Of course, I ended up wasting a bunch of time here again because I was looking at these stainless steel cable ties and got me thinking I could use these for the CV boot. So I was looking up online, and you certainly can. You just got to tighten them the right way, but these are almost $7 for 10 of them, and on Amazon I can get like 25 for like $7. So I'll just order them from Amazon if I don't end up going with a proper CV boot cable, but the ones I was looking at are basically the same thing anyway. So there's a little tip for you, I guess. If you want to do it perfectly right, of course you can buy the band clamps with the tool, but I'm poor and these apparently work good, and I trust them better than the plastic jobbies. Look at that, $10 on the dot, meant to be. Got myself a little Taco Bell KFC, you know, freaking love Taco Bell. For some reason this place has the best mix on their Pepsi. Like, the Pepsi here is just bomb. Well, I made it home just fine, so in just a minute I'm probably going to get some coffee because I kind of feel sluggish. Might have been the Taco Bell and then get back to that familiar site over there. Like I said, it's pretty damn close to out, so tranny out today. And other than that, I think I may clean up these 2.5 RS wheels real quick. Alright, transmission out, and then we got some real weirdness here. No rubbing on the output shaft for the all-wheel drive. But look, the entire bell housing is scarred around the outside. So somebody definitely ran a front-wheel drive flywheel in here at some point. I don't know if it's this one, because this looks older, but there's also some metal shavings you can see back in there. A lot of that would have come out because there was no inspection cover. And you can see that these starter bolt holes are a little bit weird too, like a little bit rounded out. So I think they tried to reuse a wrong starter plate and they modified it, which I already confirmed that they modified the starter plate right here. See that hole's all widened out? That's not right. But this doesn't look like a front-wheel drive flywheel to me because the teeth don't have an extension. So maybe it had the wrong flywheel at first, because he did say they changed the flywheel twice, I thought. But so that's weird. Can't quite tell if it's a 6 or a 7 bolt yet, because I got to take that off. But that's really weird, the bell housing scarring and the modified starter plate. So I do need a new starter plate. I'll get the right one. The throwout bearing is fine, not making any noise, moves, but we're getting closer and closer to solving the mysteries here. All right, I'm gonna whip off this pressure plate as quick as I can. Oh, there goes the clutch disc. And it is in fact a 7 bolt. Count from the silver, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is a 7 bolt, has a modified starter plate. That flywheel looks like it's seen better days, so I've got my exiting. God, it's all rusted up and scarred. Here, let me give you a closer look. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Also gonna have to get a replacement Mitsubishi flywheel bolt. Who goes to the hardware stores and buys an 8.8 for the flywheel? Come on! God, idiots working on this friggin' car. Alright, so I need starter plate, put in the exidy flywheel. Hopefully that'll fix the starter alignment issues, and then we'll try to start it. Meanwhile, this clutch looks like probably a Sachs Vallejo, because made in Korea. I'll look into that, but it does look pretty new. But to make me happy, I'll probably buy an exidy. And I was right, this is a Vallejo kit. Right there. Vallejo. So not a bad clutch. Sachs Vallejo are decent. And this is definitely an aftermarket flywheel, but it looks like one of the cheap eBay ones, like FX Racing or XTD or XTR. So glad I've got a nice one to go on there. So I think that's mystery solved, everyone. We do have a 7 bolt. No idea if it's the 98 Plus that has slightly stronger internals allegedly. We got the number on the starter plate is 962, which I can look up if that's the right one, but I'm guessing they use the auto starter plate because that's when you have to modify them. It's just missing the crank walk bolt, as they call it, because whoever put this engine together was an idiot. And bug just flew in my mouth. So this car probably won't be back together for at least another, I'd say, 2 weeks. But that's just because in the meantime I need to work on my daily, fix rust. I need to put a better front on the alternator. Got to get ready to go down to Wicked Big Meat with that. I also want to get working on the MR2, and I'm going to be waiting a few days on parts for this, which I really can't afford, but, you know, it's whatever. That's what credit cards are for. Don't worry, I'm not like in tons of debt or anything. But, yeah, so, and then I'll clean up everything in here that I can. And, yeah, so I'll keep giving you progress reports, but for now I'm going to start cleaning all this stuff up. And at least we know what to do next. Gonna take off that starter plate, buy the correct one that doesn't need to be modified. Gonna find the crank walk bolt to put into this thing. Gonna buy another OEM flywheel bolt because the idiots used one from the hardware store. And put on my exidy flywheel. Buy an exidy clutch. Just OEM version because I can't afford an upgrade right now. You know, they're like $300 minimum unless you buy an eBay clutch, which I'm not doing, not for this car. And then it'll all go back together with far less zip ties. I am keeping a zip tie collection to show you at the end how many I take out. So I'll show you the flywheel comparison now after I'm done cleaning up. Alright, so it's not the perfect spot, but the transmission is out, so more of that to come. So I might do a full comparison video for anybody who cares, but here is the, what I believe to be eBay flywheel versus my Exity. So first thing you'll notice is that these have a much larger support area, although they get almost to about the same width down at the bottom. The Exity is still a little thicker. Otherwise, obviously, the mating surface on this one looks crap just because it's old and rusty. But the Exity doesn't have extra material taken out here like this one does. These ones are supposed to be really light. I think the Exity is probably a pound or two heavier, because I think these are supposed to be like 11 and this is supposed to be 13. Otherwise, on the back, Exity kind of has a pattern cut into it to, I think, scoop air a little bit, which is kind of cool. Teeth profile is about the same, other than these ones have been nicked. So I better make sure my starter alignment's good before I ruin this one too. And then you can see, are they the same size? They are the same diameter, other than this one's teeth being nicked off. This is interesting, and I didn't know this. These two bolt holes are actually slightly further apart than the other ones, because if you don't have it clocked the right way, it doesn't line up. But yeah, definitely the same diameter. So they did have the right flywheel, just didn't have it installed right apparently, at least the starter. Alright, so thanks for watching, everybody. Yanking that transmission got me really sweaty. It's super humid out here, so that's what this is about. I kind of like doing this, so anybody who watched this whole thing, comment hardware store flywheel bolt if you watched this whole thing to this point. I really appreciate y'all watching. I did say 95% promise that the trans would be out on Monday, and it is. The storm is holding off, so I'm pretty psyched to, I think, be on a path to victory with this. Other than the rust, ignore that for now. You know, we're only talking about starters and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go order parts for this thing. They should be here later this week, but otherwise I'll be working on my Impreza. I've got some back videos to edit and throw up, and then I've also got the MR2 intro video to make, so I'll try to do that this week, and maybe another intro for next week. So yeah, lots of stuff to come. Hey everybody, the comments you've been leaving have been awesome and supportive, and I super appreciate it. Really helped me feel good about doing this work today. I feel pretty accomplished having this out. Full disclosure, this is the first time I've actually taken a transmission out of a car. I've done a clutch before, but the transmission kind of stayed in the tunnel. So yeah, appreciate it, everyone. Leave more comments. Tell me what you think of the discoveries I made. Have a great day. Come back soon. Oh yeah, and more 10 days of Wicked Big Meat videos every day until Saturday, and then I will be trying to maybe live stream from Wicked Big Meat, but definitely taking some great footage to upload that night and the following days. So maybe I'll do some extra after that, you know, 5 days of Wicked Big Meat 2017 or something. Who knows? Thanks again. Later, everybody. Bye, 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 bye. Well, here's the storm, folks. I literally just got a flash flood warning that interrupted my video. Luckily, we're up in the mountains. I just sprayed some degreaser on those, but unfortunately the storm came too quick for it to be really effective. Holy crap. Well, the Eclipse is getting a bath too. And I think I have all my tools in, so good to go. Hope the MR2 trunk doesn't get too much water. Later, everybody.